Okay, I think maybe it is good. Probably. Okay, so what happened is I did not restart my computer last time. Or I didn't clear my browsers, so my CPU and memory were at max, basically. But now I'm still hovering at 80% CPU utilization, even after closing Risk of Gay. So I don't think I can play Risk of Gay, which is unfortunate because I kind of wanted to do one quick run. %50 utilization is from OBS on its own. Why is it doing that? That's never been the case.
Ivy.
So I guess anything CPU or GPU intensive I don't really want to be doing right now. That gets rid of some stuff I kind of had in mind then. Fuck, this is why I need a... This is why I need another computer for streaming and stuff. Oh no. I probably just need to dust it, or... Could it just be that it's too hot? What's the weather? It is 80 Fahrenheit. I am kind of sad. Rippy dippy. I'll just play afterward. Okay, let me finish setting up and then we'll start. Hello, Imoto. Since you're here now, let me do your thingy that you just did. I think it was cut off last time. Replay. Oh, wait. I don't hear any audio. Do you hear audio? Did it just kill all of the sound for that? No audio. Okay, replay again.
Invado just subscribed. We are so back. Happy birthday, less than 3.
Thank you for subscribing. I assume then that other one that played that one's just the audio. The video file is dead. I'll have to go re-upload that, whatever it is. Yeah, so I wanted to start with a quick Risk of Rain run, but my CPU and GPU said no. So unlucky. Okay, let me keep playing music while I finish up my other stuff. Give me 1 second. Oh, hi at A Flake Life 2. When did you get in here? Is it like 4 a.m. for you again? Like you said last time was the only time you get to... the only chance you get to join the stream. I'm just finishing setting up before I start, so give me a second. Holy fuck, it killed the YouTube stream too. Everything is going wrong today. Hey, Patches. Okay, well, I guess I'll.
A Flick Life 2 just subscribed. Hey Steam, it's me Flick, this is me subbing. Someone gift me a RB figure.
Thank you at A Flick Life 2 for subscribing for 10 months. I see you finally figured out how to get your alert to play at A Flick Life 2. Well, unfortunately, I am having a lot of technical difficulties today, which is unfortunate, but I suppose that kind of is to be expected if I take a long break from streaming and stuff. Okay, temporarily, I'll just keep this screen on while I finish posting. I'll just leave these other guys. I don't care that much. Okay, let's kill that. I guess I'll just do Twitter and my other Discords. I do have a thingy that I want to work on. So we'll see here in a second if I'm too retarded to read the rules, or rather the instructions, or if my brain is big enough to do it. Okay, let me grab this link. These links. Fuck. Oh my, like everything is just going wrong today. So the reason I'm starting now, I typically wouldn't have started until like nighttime today, the 29th, but my ISP decided that today was the day that they wanted to do some maintenance on my network lines. So they're gonna kill my internet for a couple hours. I don't know when. And then on top of that, I have to restart the stream here because my CPU and GPU and memory, my RAM are overloaded. Holy moly. What a mess. But it's okay. It's times like these that reveal someone's true character. Okay, let me see. I got Blue Sky here. Post that. Posting. Okay, got that. Do Twitter. Fuck. Post that. Oh, let me do announcements on my server. Holy fuck. My RAM, guys. my CPU's at 98%. What the heck? Did it just kill the Twitch stream again? Okay, now we're good. Guys, this is not a good stream so far. Oopsie. I don't think I've ever seen OBS at 50 to 60% CPU utilization. That's really weird. I don't know why that's happening. And I suspect it will transfer over to the stream where occasionally you guys might see hiccups and or my audio might cut out a bit. Okay, let me post this there. Let me publish that to the other servers. I did plan on posting it in more places, but I think this will do for now. That's okay. I will deal with the rest later. Okay, I think I'm ready to at least start. None of that has happened. None of what has happened. What exactly are you referring to there at A Flick Life? Okay, let me kill this. So what should have been here right now is Risk of Rain 2, but my computer wants to be stupid right now, so we're not going to play Risk of Rain 2. Instead, we will jump into my first project for today, which I guess I will need the music for. Actually, let me put on the music if we're going to be chilling here. Okay. Before I turn on the cam, let me have a test here. Have a look. Oh, hang on a second. I wonder if the reason why OBS is being stupid is because the camera is eating up a whole bunch of RAM. Is that it? Hand reveal. Yes. Okay, so today we're going to be doing some crafts to celebrate my birthday. Starting, hang on. Everything's going wrong, guys. I hate it. Starting with this guy. Oh, do you have the same mouse too? I got it recently. My previous one broke like it was quite a while ago. At this point, but I just got this one in a rush. I used to have the Death Adder. No, not Death Adder. No, it was not. It was an Essential, and then I got this one, the Basilisk. I like this one. It's pretty cool. Oh wait, yours is Razer, mine is Logitech. Wait, the same design? They're fucking thieves. Anyway, we're starting with this guy today. This is a Mega Constructs Halo Last Spartan Standing. I got this a couple of years ago now, and I've never done it. The idea was to do it on stream, and I am finally doing it. I am finally sitting down today to do this. So this is what we're doing today. Or I guess this is what we're doing right now. So let's get started. Okay. Oh no. I actually feel awful about those tech issues. I honestly don't even know if my thingies are posted. Rip. My momentum is gone, guys. It's all over. Okay, let me zoom in on this guy. How do I zoom? Zoom. Enhance! Whoa. Whoa. Wait, is that the most... Is that the... as far as it can go? What the heck? No way, there's no way. That's as far as it can go? Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. You have a Pepe shirt. Yes, I have a sad Pepe hoodie. It's hoodie actually. So I can put the sad Pepe hood on myself and be even more sadder. Oh hi at Pink Panther. When did you get in here? We are starting off with this guy. Building ourselves a Halo. A John Halo. A Johnny Rings. And see if we can do it better than Paramount. So I never played any of these guys. I've never had any Mega Constructs or Lego ripoffs. I've only ever played with real Legos, like a normal person. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take a picture with this Pepe hoodie, and then we'll see if it turns out good. How many birthdays have you had? I've had a couple that I can remember. I feel like you guys may occasionally hear a cat in the background. And that's because the ISP people will probably bring their catabouts to dig up some dirt and some internet wires, so that's what that is. And occasionally you'll also hear patches just like that. I guess for this I can kill the album covers. What happened? Patches is being a little bit loud today, so yeah. Yeah, my pussy's pretty loud, so you might get interrupted by that. Oh wait, there were instructions for this, weren't there? Where'd that go? There's a hidden compartment down here. You want to see the pussy cat on stream? Well, she just ran out of the room, so unfortunately we'll have to wait for her to come back if you want to see her. Are the instructions in here? Hello? No? I got fooled. Hang on, I know the instructions are here somewhere. Give me a second. What's your favorite game? I think I struggle to list one game as my favorite. But probably Civilization 4. I think that's my most played game on Steam as well. Okay, so here's what we're doing. I don't know, I saw this earlier. I don't know if I can show this on stream right here. Look at this. You guys see that? Look. Focus. You guys see this? Look. Why did they put so much intricate detail and put this piece in here? Her favorite game is the game she plays with her buddy Flick at any given moment. Actually, yes, because I don't get to play games as often anymore these days. When I am in the present and I am playing a game that I enjoy and with people whose company I enjoy, then yes, that is in the moment my favorite game. Do we need the instructions? I don't think so. We don't need that. We don't need that shit. Okay, I think this is our guy here. I feel like I should elevate this, so I don't have to keep doing that. Do I have a... I could just lower the camera. Let me do that. Give me 1 second while I... fix that. I made all of these emotes quite a while ago. I have been planning on doing more, especially with also designing my own original characters as opposed to using Hello Kitty characters. So that is in the works, but I've got a lot going on. Okay, I think only I can see the camera now, so I can fix it, right? You guys can't see anything? no, this is the best. Fuck. Oh no. It's not gonna fit. Fuck. Hang on a second. I can do this. What the heck? Okay. I think this is good enough here. Okay, and send it. I think now I can zoom out here on these settings. I think I like it closer like this, since there's such small pieces. We'll do that. Do I have a Discord? Yes, I do have a Discord. I think you just do one of these. Okay. Fuck, now I can't reach chat. Okay, so we got this little guy, we got his chest piece. What else do we got in here? We have, oh no, this is the actual chest armor. We got his feet. What the heck? He comes with a gun? Is this supposed to be the Halo Infinite shotgun? Kinda looks like it. Oh my goodness, why doesn't that want to focus? There we go. Wait, does the shotgun have a drum mag like that? Patches. Okay, what else did we got here? I feel like this is Babby's first Lego set or something. Although to be fair, they are pretty small, so maybe that's part of the challenge, dealing with how tiny things are. Like where does this go? Look at this. I can't do anything. I'm gonna swallow this by accident. What the heck? What's this? Is this his bandolier? Okay. You know, maybe I do need the instructions, looking at what I have here. Oh no. Where'd they go? Okay, so probably we're gonna want to start with these guys here, which I assume are these edible candies that are like Nerfs. Let's see if I can plop those on. Does the direction of these matter? I think you could probably do it either way, but probably the thicker part, the fatter part goes up top. Also, I think I've told this story before on stream, where one day, randomly in high school, I saw a little Lego Master Chief. And I assume somebody else lost it. Oh wait, these are different pieces? Oh, there's slightly different variations. Oh, this one's supposed to go on this right side, whatever. It's not a huge deal. I saw one of these tiny Lego Master Chiefs, and at the time, Arby and the Chief was still going. I think it was like maybe its 5th season? 6th or... it could have been 7th even. I honestly don't remember what grade I was in during the RB episodes while they were still live. Wait. It says I'm supposed to connect the hands. My hands already came connected. I've been scammed. I've been scammed out of one of the thingies. They stole my joy of making things. Okay, now we get this guy. I think this is the backside here with the chunker. And then we get his legs. We push his legs in through here. We put the thingy inside Master Chief. I feel like I'm gonna break this. I'm too strong, guys. If I break it, it's not my fault, it's their fault. Or wait a second. Oh, okay. They also already did the pee-pee part for me. The part that I was trying to make fun of. No wonder. I was like, wait a second, where does the pee-pee part come in? And they already did it. What the heck? Patches? Okay, let's see what Patches thinks about this. Wait, come back. Fuck, she's gone. Oh no. What happened? What's the mattress? Okay, now she's back. Let me go get her real quick. Come here. Oi. Rip. Why do you keep running? Just come back over here. Come here. Come over here. Okay, well, she just wants to keep running away. So I guess at this point I just... Oh, okay, they just snap off easily. Okay, so then, now that I know they snap off and probably on easily, I'm gonna push this guy all the way in. Oh no. Or wait a second, do I have to push the belt in first? I'm not particularly confident that this is gonna go well. Should I risk breaking it? Oh no. Oh no.
Stretch those shoulders.
Oh, I did it. Okay, it works. And now look, he sits like a little guy. He's a sitter. I feel like maybe later I'll stretch. I'll save that stretch for later. Since we just started here. Okay, now what's next? Like half of this already, or more than half of this stuff already came assembled. when I opened it. Maybe the reason they gave you all of these steps is in case it does break. You can just refer back to this. Like if you're a kid playing with this, you can just run to your parents and tell them to fix it. Okay, I think I got basically the whole entire body done. I just gotta do the outer shell. Where do these guys go? Like a repair manual? What's that? Never heard of that. Nuh-uh, not me. Oh fuck, no, I messed up. I think these were supposed... I'm not sure. I think these parts were supposed to go here. Oh no, I'm gonna have to undo. Control Z. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where it's supposed to go. No, yeah, these are supposed to go inside here. Oh no, I'm gonna have to decapitate, disembody. I'm gonna have to, what's it called when you... Ah! 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 Oh, well, that works. Okay. Now these should go in here. I fucked him up, look! He's like in the end of season 7. Okay, so these guys should go in here. Wait, do they go sideways? Oh, they go sideways. I thought they were gonna go forward, but they go sideways. I think. I don't know. I can't tell. I assume it's this way. Oh no. Wait, does it not go here? Where's it go? It doesn't... It's too small. I can't see. Let me see. No, yeah, I think those are these parts right here. That's what it looks like. These are the legs. Or I guess the thighs. And then these are the feet. So, I think it does go here, right? Am I saying that correctly? Instructions are too unclear. See, am I making things up? Isn't this? But look, it's gonna hit this part. This thigh armor is gonna hit this calf armor. And it's gonna block the entrance for his crotch. What? Unless it's the other piece? Where'd the other one go? Oh, okay. I think... Okay, I think you're not supposed to slide it in. You're just supposed to leave it like this. To leave the hole available for insertion. Oh my goodness, please! Okay, we'll do this. I think this is what the plan is. I think this is what they want, and it's just supposed to stay there, I guess? Instructions unclear, got my dick stuck in a toaster. Guys are... Oh, okay, I see. It's supposed to be held in place. This little extrusion here is supposed to be held in place by the belt. Like that. That doesn't seem very secure. That's gonna like fall off every time I touch it. Ah! Anyway, I was gonna say to that meme there, the instructions unclear, that guys, how do I remove a cylinder from a cylinder-shaped hole without cutting it or grinding it? I have tried to weaken it with slippery, soapy water and lube, but it hasn't worked. I must stress that the cylinder cannot be cut. Fuck. Okay, let me just move up here a bit with the mic so I can be right up. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I like this one. This seems a little too unnecessarily complex and tedious. Get in. Okay, I think this is why they said to attach the legs first to this piece. But now it's in there. I don't know if I can take it out. I should be able to. It's just difficult. Get in! Fuck. I'm just gonna break this thing. Did you do the thing where you get a bit for watching a Twitch ad? Is that what you did? Fuck. I'm just hurting myself doing this. These little sharp pieces of armor. No. No, I don't think that's ever... That's been a thing. I guess they phased that out years ago then if it's a thing that... Oh, it's never been a thing for you. Oh, okay. Maybe it could have been a US only thing. Or something like that. No, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Like, I'm just gonna break it at this point. So look, this snaps in perfectly fine. Easily. No problem. But then this guy... Okay, hang on. There we go. Okay. Where's the other one? Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, I never even finished the that high school story where there was a Lego Master Chief like this. I think it was exactly this size too, this basic size. I found it in, I think, the computer lab or something, because that was my homeroom during high school, junior year. And I saw a Master Chief Lego, and I was super duper watching RP and the Chief at the time. And I liked it. That was awesome and cute. So I put it in my shirt pocket. And he just hung out with me, walking around. As I walked around, he was in my shirt pocket, just there. And, and the entire time, I just kept imagining him with the Microsoft Sam voice. So that's how you know how autistic I am. Okay, where does this guy go? I don't remember if I lost him that day or if I took him home and then a couple days later he was still in my shirt pocket, and then I guess he fell out or something and I lost him and he was gone forever. And some other kid decided it was his turn or her turn with the Master Chief toy. What happened? Come here. Come here. What does this piece look like? Is that this? No, this is his arm goes inside the armor to make this. Ooh. Oh, this is his underwears. I see. So I gotta undo the legs again, like the fifth time. I won't be able to stick around too long. I have adult things to do, like jerking and running errands. Wow, imagine being an adult having to do stuff. Cringe. Oh, wait a minute. This is the part that I'm not sure I can remove again. Guys, I think I'm stuck. I need a better camera. I think I'm stuck. This piece is like pretty in there. Oh my, you were just in focus. What are you doing? What the heck? It's got like these tabs here. Okay, I'm gonna try to take it off so I can put on his underwear, but I expect failure. Let's see. Oh, you guys hear that? I wonder if these tabs here are supposed to be pushed so you can release it easier. Let me try that. Honestly, working on this tiny little thing, I feel like the little details have been such an important part of what I'm doing in pre-production for Fun and Games Episode 5. As I'm working on pre-production stuff for the next episode. Was it 1 year or 2 years? For what the heck? For the Lord of the Rings trilogy? I think it was at least 1 year, wasn't it? Like, how long was pre-production for the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Uh-oh. Is the internet lagging, or is my search results just too complicated? It doesn't say that OBS has CPU overload on encoding, so I think it's just the internet here. Where does it say pre-production? It says production here. It says 20... No. It spanned 14-month period. With pickup shots filmed over a further 24-month period, whereas I'm looking only for pre-production. Oh, okay, so pre-production took 2 years for the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. And so right now, when I'm in my own pre-production for Fun and Games Episode 5, I am very happy with the results of my small batch testing and test shots and stuff. Pre-production definitely helps a bunch. I don't know if I'm gonna get this on. I think this one's fucked. Like, look, you hear this? Oh, I got it. Okay. So first we put in the underwear, which is the front side though. The front side is the thinner side. So this is the front side. Ah! What the heck? My light keeps turning off. Okay, we got this guy, and then we put in... Oh! I don't think that was there earlier, was it? Fuck. I don't think that was there before, was it? Did I do that? Did I do that? I think that was me. Okay. Let's hope we don't have to redo this part again. Ah! Okay, I think we're getting there. Okay. This took way longer than I thought it would, just to get this far. Oh no. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the front piece. This is the back piece like this. Ooh. It's got a little thingy here so I can just snap in. Okay, let's see. Wait a second, no, it doesn't snap. Wait, look! It's got little things! It's got little pegs here. Focus! It's got these little pegs here. These extrusions, these rectangles. So it can go into this side, but... Ah! But this side doesn't have an entry. Look, the bottom sides have an entry, the entry hole, but the top sides don't. I think they forgot to cut the holes for this part. Focus! Oh hey, Ed Bonkies, when did you get in here? Look, see, look at the top ones right here where my thing is? That's supposed to be an entrance hole like these guys here at the bottom. But it doesn't work. Also, this stuff here at the bottom looks like a face, looks like a frog. It's like two eyes. And then the mouth. And he's like, he's doing the cat, where the cat goes, huh? That's what he's doing. Okay, we'll just do this. There we go. Pegs for pegging? Yes, these were 100% meant for pegging. Look. Is this where it all falls apart? Is this where it's gonna break? Get in! Fuck! Oh no, am I gonna break it? Okay, there. Good enough. These colors are way off. Look at this desaturated green compared to this one, much more vibrant. I feel like if I had a real camera here instead of this webcam one, I could just manually focus. I had like a ring I can just dial in. Like, look at these greens. Why is these colors here the same with the helmet, but then these armor pieces here are like broken. It's like somebody pissed on him or something. This could be a great character for oneself, right? Atflick? Sadly, I'm in Switzerland with my sister's kids right now, so I can't watch too long. Rippy dippy. Well, look, see, look, I already came off. Oh no. This is what happens when I hang out with guys and their heads are too small. They don't want to fit. I feel like it's supposed to go in a certain specific way. Okay, you're definitely not supposed to touch the head once it's in there. Because this looks fine, but then the second you touch it, you're gonna risk fucking it up. Like, look, see? Like, I want him to look up, and as soon as I did that, his head came off. I keep decapitating him. This is what 343 thinks of Master Chief. This is why they made that Halo TV show. That fanfic. Okay, I'm definitely not gonna touch the head again if I can help it. That's what it's gonna stay like. Okay, let's give him his gun. I'm scared to like use any force because I know it's gonna just fall apart. Oh my goodness. His arms don't go far enough. Okay, well, he's just supposed to hold it by one. By one hand, then. Get in! Get in, get in, get in! Okay, there. I'm done. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. He's gonna fall apart. Okay, that's that guy. Holy moly, how long did that take? Now we gotta get this guy. Phew, what a mess. It's probably a blessing that you're not gonna be here for too long at Bunky's, because everything's been going wrong so far this stream. Everything's awful. Gonna save yourself the trouble of having to deal with all my tech issues and stuff. Okay, let's do his buddy now. Here's his torso. These are, I think, like shoulder pads. I'm assuming these are for the legs like the other guys. Here's his feet. Okay, without referring to the manual, let me see if I can figure this out. So this goes down here. Like so. Here's his energy sword. I don't know why it's green. I don't think I've ever seen a green energy sword. The machining on this guy seems pretty lazy. Or maybe it's the mold, actually, that they used to make this. Oh look! He has a little knife! At least I'll know which part is the front side here. Fuck. 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 Okay, there we go. All that effort just so you guys can see the little knife. Okay, I assume these guys are the legs here like this guy, but look! It came with the legs on again, just like last time. So I gotta take these guys off. Do one of these. Honestly, I don't even know why they made these articulate like this. If it's just gonna shatter to pieces the second you touch it. Which is probably fine if you're like playing the Lego video game or something. But if you're playing with a physical toy, it's gonna be frustrating and annoying to keep having to rebuild it. Especially if the pieces come apart, like this part goes flying this way and this part goes flying that way, you gotta find it, and if you're playing outside, the wind's gonna blow it away. I feel like the design philosophy for this was a little confusing. Like they wanted kids to play with it, but then they also wanted to like for you to like build it and be able to like break it apart and repair it as part of playing with it. But it's just not very secure. I imagine this guy goes here. Oh, he has underwear too. Okay, so this goes here. Let's see. How do we get this guy? What the heck? So they give you only the instructions for the Master Chief, but not for the Elite? What? Wow. What is this racism? Okay, so this gray silver piece goes on his right side, and then the green piece goes on his left side, according to this diagram. Okay, where's his arms? Here. This guy goes on the right piece. Is this part of the process of doing these? Like, you're feeling scared every single time you touch it that you might break it, and then just turn it into e-waste? Is that part of why people enjoy these kinds of things? Oh wait, he's got a little thing there. Oh, I see. I think. I assume this piece here, it's got like a little extrusion. I think that piece goes into this little notch in the armor. Okay, I need a thing here. Give me this. There we go. Oh no, this is awful. Well, you just gotta trust me. Look, there's this little thing here. And this piece there, I think, goes into this notch there. Like hangs there. But I am not sure if I should snap the rest of it. Okay. Success! Success, and now time to never touch it ever again, or it'll break into 5 bajillion pieces. Okay. Easy peasy. What's this? What's this? Fucking Kira. Okay, where does this guy go? Let's refer to the finished product because it doesn't want to tell me how to do it. Oh, this goes in front of his underwear. It's like a glowing green. Oh, it does actually glow in the dark. I was not aware. I assumed they like glowed in the dark because it's the material. Okay, I believe this smaller part here is the front piece. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, we're good there. Plop these guys in there. This is the part again where I feel like I'm gonna break it. Trying to snap these two pieces together. Get in! Get in, get in, get in! Ah! Or hang on, it might be better without the legs first. Let's try this. Okay, that worked. Let's plop these guys. Well, if this is my first impressions of this, I don't think I have a good... I don't think this was the place to start. But I suppose also, to be fair, this is like the cheapo Babby's first construction, so maybe all of my complaints about the feel of the material is more so based off the fact that it's for babbies. Okay. Pop this guy there. This guy here. Okay. And finally, his head that's probably gonna fall off in the wind. Oh no. Well, what kind of sucks about this, like, I wish I could like it more than I do, but if I try to make something with this, especially, like, for instance, maybe some kind of stop motion, they're just gonna keep falling apart over and over and over again while I'm trying to maneuver them and articulate them. And I wish it would just... or I suppose you could use, like, super glue, but then you would have a hard time moving the limbs and stuff. No, I don't think it's supposed to be Arbiter. It says it's just an elite. It's from Halo Infinite, and I don't think the Arbiter is in Halo Infinite. I don't think he has a name. He's probably just like a unit type. They don't say Master Chief either. They only say last Spartan standing. That's only all they refer to him as. Yeah, they don't use Master Chief anywhere, or Elite, or Sangheili, or anything. Ow. Okay, so I got my two little guys who are gonna fall apart the instant I lay them on the table. So yeah, they're super cute, super tiny and everything. I do like them, but if the kitties so much as walk nearby, they're gonna shatter to a bajillion pieces. And this guy's apparently glow in the dark, so let's put that to the test. Let's see if you can really glow. I guess I should use a black background actually. Let me do this. Oh. I wanted to get you something for your birthday, but it was out of stock. Rippy dippy. It's the Trump tariffs. Well, I appreciate the thought. I spent so much time trying to make my thingy that my coffee's cold. Okay. Lights are going off. Don't get spooked. Try not to get scared. Okay. Let me get my flashlight. This is the minimum brightness. I guess we still have the computer monitor, the lights, but it should be good enough for the test. Here's this called Moonlight, the least amount of light. Then I think this is low. I think this is medium. It's so overexposed. This is high. Okay. Oh, he's doing it! He's doing the thing! I don't know enough about Halo lore, but aren't these unit types and armor types supposed to be like for stealth? Aren't you supposed to have like a more transparent thing rather than rather than a glow in the dark attention grabbing kind of armor? Okay, I also have a UV light. Let's see what that does. Brighten that bitch up. Ah! It's so strong! That's actually super cool. With the UV light, makes it so much stronger. Okay, this gives me an idea. I wonder if I can get some of this material, the powder form, to make more glow-in-the-dark things that are custom. That's super cool. I like that. Look at that. You guys see that? What is that? Is that on the camera? The heck? It wasn't me. I didn't do that. Was it me? I love when it's like immediately after you use the UV light on it. That's super cool. Nice. Some types of fish glow in the dark as stealth, actually. What the heck? It's to avoid casting a shadow on the ocean floor. Oh. Ocean floor. They must not be very deep then, unless I am misconstruing what I understand about the kinds of fish who glow in the dark and the depths at which they live. How far in the ocean floor are we talking here? Like the Marianas Trench or like New York City water levels? Floor? Fuck if I know. Nice meme. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like it. Okay, now that we did that guy, we can move on to the Halo's ring. Oh, I thought that was a piece of duct tape. But it's supposed to be like a a natural rock formation. Natural cock formation. I mean, it does kind of look like it. Like if you don't know what you're looking at, you might think these wrinkles are something else. It's a stub. Oh no! Look, it's an arrowhead, like that one episode of King of the Hill. What's this guy supposed to be for? I don't have any more legs to snap together. You know, kids have it so good these days. Back in my day, when I was a kid, we didn't have these Lego pieces that had glitter in it that they're like all shiny and cool. And depending on which angle you look at them from, they give a slightly different texture. Back in my day, we only had solid colors. Look, guys. Guys, look. This is me touching grass. Do you approve? Look, Mom, I'm going outside. Isn't it great? Okay, how exactly do they want me to build this? So they want this piece. Oh, they want to hear. Oh, so we can put the Master Chief head. I have no idea. In Halo Infinite, is there supposed to be like a monument to Master Chief or something that these little guys are fighting nearby? Is this supposed to be like a Forge map or something? Like, what the heck's going on? Is Forge even released on Halo Infinite in 2025 after like 3 years of being released? What's going on? Wait, what are you guys doing? I guess I gotta kill this guy. Let go! Oh my goodness, really? They really want you to not take this off unless you purchase it. It's funny because I wasn't planning on using this for fun and games. But I did recently think of something, of a use for this, so look forward to that. Was this supposed to go here like this? Oh. 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 But no, it doesn't snap. Unlucky. Do you want it on the front side or the back side? Back side like this. Actually, oh, okay. No, I thought it was going to be elevated in a bad way, but it's not. Oh, it goes on this side. What's even this for? Oh, that's just to hold the box together. Let's do it exactly how they have it in the picture. They know what they're doing. Ah! It can't snap because this is too close. Okay, there we go. Speaking of fun and games, how far along is the next episode? I was talking about this a bit earlier, where I am in pre-production still, because this episode has a bunch of custom stuff that I need to build from scratch. And I have done of the test footage and the test editings that I've done. It's looking very good. I am happy with the way it's turning out. I know that I can do it. I've had the vision for this episode for like 2 years now, and literally everything is coming together. It's all coming together. And I know that I can do it. I know every shot or most shots that I have in mind right now, I know that I can do. I know that I can make them look the way I want them to look. I spent a lot of time practicing lighting and other things. And as I am reviewing my footage, my test footage, just test footage, there's like no official, I haven't shot the first thing yet. That's official, that's actually going to be in the episode. But just looking at test footage, I am always smiling from ear to ear based on how things are showing up. So I have very high expectations for my ability to pull it off. And I hope that comes through in the episode, and I am sure it'll be a great premiere and a great episode. And I am really looking forward to the day it can come to fruition. Yes, new quill. That's actually most of the money that I make from like streams and stuff. I just put it back, most of it back into the business. I did get a couple new tools that I didn't have before that will help me make this episode even better. So yes, all the new equipment that you have helped me procure are gonna be paying dividends. Easy peasy. Okay. Step 2. We grab these guys like this. And this guy with the hook on this side. And this guy facing this way. I'm pretty sure these guys are compatible with regular Legos, right? Or will that void my warranty? Let's see if I just grab a couple little guys. Let's make it red versus blue for the memes. And then let's also add some dirt, I guess. Okay. Are they compatible? They are. Okay, we'll hold off on those guys for later. Once we have the fully constructed set here. Okay, so they wanted this grate here. Oh, no, they want it at an angle. Like so. Okay. They want this dude over here. That's pretty cool. I didn't know we could use these little hooks like that for like environmental stuff. Because I don't... as much as I would have liked to get those Lord of the Rings Lego sets, I have not. I am waiting for them to show up on eBay for like $50. So I can get more doors in my house. Okay, where do you want these guys? How am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to... do they want me to count from the edge exactly? Let's see, so we got one here. Where is this guy? This does not look proportional to the image. This makes it look like it's a little taller and the width isn't so... Also, the colors are off. Look at this. What if I'm a child and I'm colorblind and I can't tell that this piece is supposed to be that piece? Okay, they want this guy over here. Oh, we have open holes. So so you can just plop these guys in there. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then lastly, they wanted this Geodude this way. I think they want it this way. It looks like this way, right? That looks like the orientation. They want this guy somewhere over here. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Easy. Guys, I'm so smart and I'm so good at this. I could do this for a living. Okay, so now we want these dudes. Oh, hang on, this is supposed to be placed here already. Wait, this is touching the rock? No. Well, this one's a little lopsided there, but I think that's okay. It is acceptable enough. Okay, so it wants me to construct this like that. Wants me to put this here like that. No, other way. This goes like that. This goes like this. And then I'm missing a piece. No, I'm missing a piece. Uh-oh. Guys, it's all ogre. Did it like fall on the floor or something? Well, I think we're kind of fucked. And we can no longer do it exactly as they want. This is supposed to go here. Yeah, no, I'm definitely missing a piece. I'm supposed to get another one of these guys. Construct two of these over here. Unless, hang on, is it under the keyboard? Fuck. Fuck! Okay. It is what it is. So what do they want me to do with this exactly? They want me to connect it to this guy. Want me to put the thingy inside this guy's back hole. And then he's just levitating there. Okay, he's supposed to be like jumping or something. So like, well, we can't do that anymore. Let me just double check, make sure I didn't drop that piece. Success! Big success. Okay. Yes, this is sad Pepe sweater. It looks so bad on camera right now. Let me check this lighting here. This is a bit more color accurate, at least on my other monitor. found it by accident at a thrift store. And I just had to grab it. So the entire thing is just sad Pepe all over. So I grabbed it. Yeah, I think the hoodie part is supposed to have one of those strings so you can close it, but that's missing, so they probably just broke in like, fuck it, I don't want it that badly. But I want it that badly. I am a big enough memer that I will take it. Okay, now that we found my missing piece, let's go this here. And then this there. Okay. And now we put the thing inside Master Chief's head. Like so. And then we put the thingy inside inside the elite's back, his back hole, like so. But let me try to not break him if possible. I hate the feeling of almost breaking it. Holy moly. I don't like this at all. Why does it feel like that? Oh, he's in. Okay. So this is the environment they want you to build here with following their exact... My thingy stepped out of him. Let's have him pointing this up. Okay, here is my finished diorama. What do you guys think? Isn't it cool that I followed the instructions? Let's see what it looks like with the glow in the dark. What? Pretty cool. Honestly, glow in the dark stuff is always like super cool. Whether as a kid, or as an adult. Nice. And as much as I would like to use these for other things, I don't really want to have to deal with the hassle of having to rebuild them every time I touch them. Honestly, why didn't they do the sword, the glow in the dark as well? Like, that's the perfect material to do glow in the dark for. The perfect item and object. I could see, like, if I had the things necessary right this very now to make my own custom stuff, what I would probably do even is like just small trim details. Like, instead of having the whole entire armor be this glow in the dark stuff, have it like parts of the helmet and parts of the armor, but there's like supposed to be lights. Like for instance, inside the Covenant ship, there are all of those 90-degree, 45-degree angle shapes and Forerunner structures as well. That's kind of like what I would do with this type of thing. And then you would have, it would look like a flashlight or something. Nice. Okay, well, it took like 3 years, but I finally built it. And it's pretty cool. Now here's where we can do like some type of cover. Since I haven't done anything with, I was about to say with Halos, since I haven't done anything with Legos in quite a while, I wonder how new these guys are, where like you have open holes here rather than solid pegs, so you can do these kinds of thingies. That's super neat. Okay, this is red base and this is blue base. And then you could probably have like, if these were open here, you could have a little flagpole for it. Have them be playing capture the flag. Easy. Okay. That's fun. I like that. I do have a couple more complicated things, but those I think require glue, so I don't know if I can do those right now. Patches. Let's see if I can bring her over, see what she thinks. What's that? What's that? It's Patches. It's Patches, the scratches. What? Wait. See if I can zoom all the way back out. Okay, that's all the way. What's this? She doesn't even care. What? You don't want to play with the cool toys? Okay, she is uninterested. This is not for Patches. She's like, no, this is Halo Infinite, so I don't really care about it. That's her assessment. Okay. Oh, what the heck? Okay, next up, I have this thingy here that I also found at the thrift store. A different thrift store. But initially I got this so I can cut out the pictures and use them for like projects and stuff. But I didn't even know what the text was until I read it on the way back home. I got this years ago as well. This is Cat Puzzles presents Sherlock Holmes. Puzzles, ciphers, and itty-bitty kitty mysteries for feline fanatics. Help Sherlock and Dr. Katzen solve puzzles, break codes, and catch Moriarty. Find out Mew done it. Since we got a couple subs, let's go ahead and read a couple thingy winkies here. So here is Sir Sherlock Holmes himself, the most skilled consulting detective in the world. Dr. Katzen, Holmes's loyal sidekick and an investigator in his own right. London's most famous feline personalities in their biggest adventures yet. And the infamous Moriarty, Holmes's nemesis, a crazed college professor and evil genius. I haven't really read any of this, I have no idea what to expect. So let's see. Well, we got 2 subs, so I guess we'll read 2 of these. People and creatures of all types from all places packed the streets of London in the Victorian and Edwardian eras. One of the capitals of the world, the English city is home to more stories than any other place on earth. Why does the camera keep going out of focus? And will Sherlock Holmes be able to solve the mystery of the out-of-focus camera? The answer is no. Oh my goodness. What's he trying to focus on if not this? Oh my goodness. Why are you like this? Okay, and I know what I can do. I can just manually set the focus, but it's wonky. Okay, well, if it's out of focus, just rest assured that I know how to read and that the words that I am saying are the words that appear on the page. And let me also zoom in here really quickly. Oh, that is already zoomed in. What the heck? Let me get comfy up. Spoilers. One of the capitals of the world, the English city is home to more stories than any other place on earth. And that means more mysteries to solve for London's famous consulting sleuth, Sherlock Holmes. A Flick Life 2 says, "Me want pee-pee." What's that mean? What's pee-pee in this context? Along with his sidekick, Dr. Katzen, he roams the streets of this sooty city in search of puzzles to solve and criminals to outsmart. Recently, a nefarious mastermind named Professor Moriarty has made his presence in London known. With your help, Sherlock Holmes can crack the enigma of Moriarty's crimes by solving puzzles, ciphers, and other tests. It's elementary. Professor Meow? Yes, this is Sherlock Holmes. As you can see, he is a very sophisticated detective. He is very smart. And Dr. Katzen, who is also out of focus. is also very smart. Also, it's like, have you been seeing me make my Halo diorama? It's finished. Only took like 5 years to make. And this guy glows in the dark. So that's what we were doing just now. And now we're going to read, I think, 2 chapters of these. It's like 1 page, 1 chapter per page or something. So we'll just do that for a bit. Because you subscribed and also Imoto subscribed. So we'll do a page per subscriber. Puzzles include itty bitty kitty mysteries. Sherlock Holmes presents the historical mysteries and trivia questions to test Dr. Katz's abilities as an assistant. It's elementary, my dear Katzen. Can you use deductive reasoning to arrange the books in Moriarty's library, opening the door to a secret passage? Note from Irene Cadler. Sherlock's on-again, off-again love interest has been dropping coded clues about Moriarty's crimes. Can you break the ciphers? Cockney ragamuffin riddles. Sherlock Holmes relies on the ragamuffin kittens of London to eavesdrop on the city's streets. Though their intel is always good, it's often presented in a roundabout way. Can you solve the kittens' riddles and catch Moriarty in the act? Agents of Moriarty. Professor Moriarty knows Sherlock Holmes is on his tail, so he's hired spies to keep an eye on the detective. Can you spot them? Okay, first up, Sherlock Holmes presents Itty Bitty Kitty Mysteries. To sharpen his deductive reasoning skills, Sherlock Holmes loves to read exciting accounts of historical mysteries and test his abilities to figure out their details. Much to Dr. Katz's chagrin, Holmes also sends these mysteries along to Katzen, followed by short quizzes, as a test of his own general knowledge. Holmes is insistent that his assistant be able to employ his methods perfectly, and that means having a wealth of knowledge at hand. Can you help Katzen solve this historical whodunit along with those on pages 1832 to 52 and 64? Dr. Katzen and a Pirate's Ransom. Okay, here we go, guys. Put your thinking caps on, because I don't know if we're going to be able to solve this. We might be too internet-brained to do this. Let's see. Read the following story about a historical crime and see if you can answer the questions that follow. The year is 1671, and one of the most audacious acts of thievery in history is about to take place. An Irish-born adventurer and a veteran of the English Civil War, Colonel Blood, has had enough of serving and is ready to make a bold step to ensure his own personal prosperity. Decades of soldiery and social maneuvering have seen his fortunes rise and fall, and providing a sound financial legacy for his family is becoming more of a priority with each passing year. In the mind of such an ambitious man, the only prize worthy of his time is no less than the symbol of the British monarchy. In 1642, when King Charles I faced an uprising from Oliver Cromwell and his parliamentarians, Blood went to England to fight with the Royalists. As the tide of the war turned and it became clear Cromwell's forces would be victorious, the enterprising Blood switched sides. What the heck? He's a traitor! When the parliamentarians won, beheaded the king and installed Cromwell as Lord Protector, the Irishman was made a Justice of the Peace and given substantial land holdings. Under the new order, in which the monarchy had been abandoned, Blood saw more prosperity than a blacksmith's son could have realistically hoped for. For nearly 7 years. How long is this? What the heck? Okay, we're just gonna do 2 more pages. And then the questions. Who's this? So I think I saw pictures like these, and then I decided I wanted to buy this so that I can cut these out and use them elsewhere. But now that I'm reading it and I know what it's about, I don't think I want to cut it out. I just thought, just by looking at the cover, I just thought it was pictures of kitties in outfits. But it's not. It's a whole entire world of Sherlock Holmes. Saw more prosperity than a blacksmith's son could have realistically hoped for. For nearly 7 years, he and his family lived well and collected wealth from their lands and Blood's position. But Cromwell's brutal policies began to invigorate the loyalist resistance to his rule. By 1660, the murdered king's son was back on the throne, and Blood was forced to flee with his family to Ireland, leaving his land and possessions behind. It was at this point that Blood turned to an outlaw's life, attempting to raise a Cromwellian mob and capture the island's capital city, founded by Vikings in the 9th century. I wonder if it'll stay in focus if I just keep it down here. Patches. What happened? What happened? Okay, let's see if this works better for the focus. What happened? Attempting to capture this capital city founded by Vikings in the 9th century. When this failed, he attempted to kidnap a major loyalist noble. This too failed, but his biggest crime yet was still to come. According to the British National Archive, quote, when the monarchy was restored in 1660, 2 new scepters and an orb were made for the coronation. The scepter was a rod or staff which represents royal power, and the dove refers to the Holy Spirit. The king was crowned with St. Edward's crown. At some point, the king also held the orb, a hollow golden sphere decorated with a band of jewels and a jeweled cross on top. The orb refers to the king's role as protector of the church. End quote. To Blood, who had lived the best years of his life under the parliamentary government, to steal these symbols of royal power would be the perfect way to humiliate his enemies while securing his legacy. The only problem? The coronation items were kept behind a thick iron grille in the basement of the most secure fortresses in Britain. Along the banks of the Thames, the fortress was first built by William the Conqueror in 1078 and had been expanded and made even more secure by subsequent kings. The 12-acre medieval complex is owned by the crown itself, guarded by guns, swords, moat, and stone. Blood, disguised as a preacher, arrived at the fortress and befriended the guard assigned to his bounty. After several visits, Blood and the guard became friendly, and the preacher even brought his wife and nephew along. under the guise of giving them the chance to see the most valuable items in the kingdom. When they reached the basement, Blood knocked the guard unconscious, and the trio began the work of flattening the crown with a mallet to fit in a small bag, stuffing the orb down Blood's pants and attempting to saw the scepter in half so it could be more easily concealed. They are the first and only criminals to ever attempt to steal them, the most famous royal treasures in Europe. But as they were sawing the scepter, the guard woke up and raised the alarm. Caught the bold Blood. What's this word? Sayed? The bold Blood said he'd answer to no one but the king himself. Patches. His gamble paid off. The new king loved his roguish personality and his, quote, "Hey, I took the shot" outlook on the situation, pardoning him on the spot. Pardoning? What the heck? The British are not having a good time if they're pardoning criminals and having their jewels stolen by some bloody Irish. Okay, I assume I am working under the impression that they will kill my internet by about 6 a.m. So I'm going to try to finish fairly soon here with this European-friendly hours of the stream. And then we might start hearing spooky sounds, and if so, then the stream will likely end if I don't end it myself. So let's do a couple more thingy wingers here, starting with these questions from Sherlock Holmes to Dr. Katzen. Question 1. Which city was the setting for Blood's failed parliamentarian coup? A. Belfast. B. Cardiff. C. Cork. D. Dublin. Okay. I don't know this because most of what I know about European history prior to World War II, I learned from playing video games like Total War and Medal of Honor and Call of Duty. So while Dr. Katzen might be much more familiar with these historical events and these stories, my knowledge is much more limited. Which city was the setting for Blood's failed parliamentarian coup? Okay, if there's, well, okay, my initial thought was if this is Parliament we're talking about, then they would probably meet at a fairly sizable city. I don't think I've ever heard of Cork, but I may have heard it referred to, and I might be remembering the city of Cork in passing, but I think this is the city I know least. I'm pretty sure all of these other cities are more likely to be a place for Parliament to gather. However, this isn't asking where Parliament is. It's asking where is the setting for the parliamentarian coup. This story here says that Cromwell. Oh wait, this isn't even the first page. Oliver Cromwell, parliamentarians fighting royalists. So my initial process is to cross out Cork and Dublin, because I think Dublin is currently the capital of Ireland, but I think also Belfast and Cardiff are also Irish cities. So I don't think, by that logic, any of these being crossed out makes sense. So because I don't know, I'm gonna guess. My guess is gonna be B. Cardiff. 2. At which London landmark was Colonel Blood's heist orchestrated? A. The Old Bailey. B. The Tower of London. C. Buckingham Palace. D. Trafalgar Square. I think I've heard of A, B, and C. I don't think I've heard of D. Was the Tower of London even built back then? What year is this again? 1671. That sounds about a year. I'm imagining the Tower of London. I think that building is probably has architecture that would have made sense and that they had access to in 1670s. Okay, again, I don't know this one. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess A, the Old Bailey. So we have B and A. Let me write these down. My guesses so far. Okay, so for 1 we have B. For 2 we have A. I'm pretty sure the uckers in chat right now are giggling because they know the answers. 3. Which king pardoned Blood, granting him Irish lands in the process? A. William the Conqueror. B. Richard III. C. Charles II. D. Stephen. Let me go with Richard III. For 3, we also do B. I have an idea what to do next after this now that I'm taking this quiz. 4. Collectively, what are the items Blood attempted to steal known as? A. The Queen's Ransom. B. The Stones of Destiny. C. The Tower Treasures. D. The Crown Jewels. Is this where the meme comes from? Is this why we call them the Crown Jewels? Let's do that. Let's do 4 is D. 4D chess. Let's stick with that meme there. Bonus. What was the name of the king beheaded by Oliver Cromwell and his parliamentarians? I am not gonna get this. So let's guess. King. Well, who's the current one? Philip? Let's do that. Let's do King Philip the First. Where are the answers? Oh, answers on page 82. I think that's all the answers though. But by the time we do the next guy, we're gonna forget the answers. Okay, do this. Ah! No peeking. Okay, no, wait. I got it. Okay, there we go. Now nobody's gonna know. Page 9. Answer for 1 is D. Fuck! I put B. So D was Dublin. Rippy dippy. I said Cardiff? Yeah, I said Cardiff. The answer is Dublin. Unlucky. Answer for 2 is B. Fuck! They did 2B. And I missed the opportunity to do 2B. So I said A. Old Bailey, but the answer is B, the Tower of London. 3 is C. Fuck. Charles II. I said B, Richard III. 4 is D. I got one right! 4D, the Crown Jewels. Okay, so sticking with the meme there, help pay off for this one. So he attempted to steal the crown jewels. Okay, and bonus is Charles the First. Rip. I said Philip the First. Unlucky. Well, I may not know history, British history, or Irish history, but at least I don't have my rights being taken away right this very now, so that's that. Okay. Now, let me do this. I was watching the Mehdi Hassan versus 20 Nazis thing. And the last guy who they spoke to, his idea of citizenship, he wanted to replace birthright citizenship with a mandatory citizenship test for everybody after high school or something like that. So, without studying, just going based off what I know, let's see if right this very now I would pass a citizenship test. If you like Trump, do not watch this right now. This isn't this isn't for you. Let's see, how long is a U.S. citizenship test? I imagine it's like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour or something. 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. Let's do find test / mock citizenship, or not test, practice / mock citizenship tests online for fun. Oh, okay, they have an official thingy. Let's see. Practice test. Okay, here we go. Let's bring the camera back. Or I guess at the screen. Okay, let's make this bigger. Let me kill the music for this a little bit. Okay. This is the 2008 Civics Practice Test. Question 1 of 20. Name one right only for a United States citizen. A. Freedom of speech. B. Freedom of religion. C. Attend public schools. D. Run for federal office. I'm pretty sure tourists also get the temporary First Amendment rights and everything. Probably the only ones. Well, they can get part of the Second Amendment, I think, if they go to arrange, but I don't think they can actually apply to keep and bear arms. They can use arms while they are here as tourists and stuff. But I guess that extends also to the First Amendment here, the speech and religion. So I'm pretty sure that's D. Run for federal office. I'm pretty sure you have to be a... Wait, you have to be a natural-born U.S. citizen for that, right? You don't... Well, I'll check later. Let me write down my questions. See, look, this is how you know that my thinking is good, because I don't know if the people who I'm making fun of would look this up and verify for themselves their own questions. They would just go with whatever the guy said on Twitter last night. Okay, question 1 that I have is, are offices. Only for natural-born U.S. citizens versus what's it called when you naturalize? Is that what it's called? I think versus naturalized U.S. citizens. Okay, that's one question I have. Okay, the answer for one is D. Run for federal office. Correct. Only U.S. citizens can vote in federal elections and run for federal office. Citizens make laws through elected representatives. Many naturalized citizens. Okay, so some naturalization stuff is covered here. Many naturalized citizens have been elected as U.S. senators and U.S. representatives. However, naturalized citizens cannot run for president. Okay, well, I guess they answered my question there. I guess this is this is why you would have to take a practice test so you can understand the logic and reasoning behind it rather than just asking Grok, is this true? Okay, next question. Name one state that borders Canada. Rhode Island, Maine, Oregon, South Dakota. Well, I know South Dakota doesn't because North Dakota does. I think Maine does touch it. One state that borders Canada. Does that mean that the borders are touching land borders? Or can it be our waters? If we share a body of water. Rhode Island, no. Maine, maybe. But I'm going to go with C, Oregon, because I know that one. Wait, no, fuck! I was thinking of Washington. I'm not a U.S. citizen. Okay, so the answer was Maine. There are 13 states that border Canada. Okay, so I was thinking of Washington. No, I mixed it up. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, and Alaska. Canada is the country to the north of the United States. Oh, okay. I was thinking as the south. That's my problem. That's why I got this answer wrong. The U.S. border with Canada changed many times in American history, but it has not changed since 1846. Uh-oh, we're 1 for 1. What do I need to pass? I guess I'll check at the end. 3. What does the judicial branch do? A. Resolves disputes. Technically, yeah, it resolves legal disputes in a constitutional sense. Oh no, I see Paul Lyden's typing in chat. What'd he say? You might need to revoke your citizenship. That's why I was saying people who like Trump shouldn't watch this, because I don't want them getting the wrong idea. What does the judicial branch do? A. Resolve disputes. B. Decides if a law goes against the Constitution. C. Reviews laws. D. All of these answers. I don't know if I like this question, because I think it's D, all of these answers. But, so technically I can pick A, B, C, or D, and my answer would be correct. Assuming these are all correct. So if I pick A, the judicial branch does do that. If I pick B, if this is the correct answer. If they're all individually correct answers, no matter what I pick, I'm going to get the right answer? I don't know if this is a good question format. Don't overthink it. Okay. D. Okay, correct. Let me open that in a new private tab. I'm curious. I want to see if that goes through. Okay. Oh, fuck no! Okay, there's another question there. Let me not do that. I'm just curious if that works. Because D is correct, all of them are correct answers. Technically, no matter what I pick there, I will get the right answer. There's no way to get that wrong. Unless there's a variant of this question in which some of the options are incorrect. I don't like this. I'm being too autistic about this. D, all of these answers are correct. The judicial branch reviews laws and explains laws. It resolves disagreements. It also decides if a law is supported by the Constitution or is constitutional. The Supreme Court and all other federal courts are part of the judicial branch. Next question. Did they start the test say pick the best answers? I don't know. Let me check. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. What the heck? How do I study for the test? Where is it? How do I find this page? Practice test. Where is practice tests? How the heck do I reach this page here? Okay, here we go. Welcome to the 2008 Civics Practice Test. What to expect during the real test. The actual civics test is not a multiple... Oh shit, it's not? Oh no, that's even worse! The actual civics test is not a multiple choice test. During the naturalization interview, a USCIS officer will ask you up to 10 questions from the list of 100 questions in English. You must answer correctly 6 of these 10 questions to pass the civic test. Okay, so I guess because there are 20 questions in this practice one, I will have to answer 12 correctly in order to pass. Certain applicants, because of their age and time as a lawful the instructions for this civic test practice tests are not intended to provide legal advice. It doesn't say pick the best answer or anything. When everything is technically correct, then all options is more correct. So by that logic, you're trying to say that this is the best answer. All of these are correct. So this would be the only acceptable answer by your logic, assuming that's how it works. Okay, next question. What did the Declaration of Independence do? A. Freed the slaves. Technically, that was the Emancipation Proclamation, but technically it didn't even really do that because that was more of a symbolic gesture from Lincoln against the South, against the rebels. B. Gave women the right to vote. No, that's women's suffrage, which is the 14th. C. Declared our independence from France. We've always been independent from France. We don't need them. D. Declared our independence from Great Britain. Next question. 5. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? A. To issue driver's licenses. B. To declare war. C. To provide protection, police. D. To provide schooling and education. What is one power? Well, I'm pretty sure it's B. Under our Constitution. So if I'm thinking about the Constitution, I don't think it mentions anything in there about driver's licenses or police or to provide schooling. So I'm assuming B. B, to declare war, correct. Okay. The 14th Amendment. That's the women's suffrage. C. What is the capital of the United States? C. Washington, D.C. Easy peasy. My brain is so huge. 7. Who is in charge of the executive branch? Well, a clown currently, but B. the president. 8. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States? Oh shit, I don't know this one. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? A. Barack Obama. B. Anthony Kennedy. C. Joe Biden. Or D. John G. Roberts. I'm assuming Roberts because I know that he is a justice. Okay. It is John G. Roberts. 9. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years? I thought... Okay, yeah, U.S. representative. So, presidents and senators are 4. I think representatives are 6. No, it's 2. Fuck, it's either 6 or 2. Let me gamble. 2. I think they're more frequent, which is why we have midterms, right? B, or D. 2 is correct, okay. We elect U.S. representative for 2 years. Representatives can run for office as many times as they want. Their job is to represent the people who live in their district in the House of Representatives. Okay. I knew it wasn't 4. I knew it was different from presidential. So midterms make sense. The 14th A gave freedom to slaves. Oh, okay. The Emancipation Proclamation freed slaves in the Confederacy to encourage them to fight. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why it was like more symbolic as a gesture of this is where we stand and this is we're gonna make this permanent change now. Where like in that TV show called Halo, the black guy was a freed man. He said, "I am a free man now," like that. 10. Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States. A. Colorado River. B. Ohio River. C. Rio Grande River. D. Mississippi. D. Mississippi. Correct. 11. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? A. The Declaration of Independence was written. B. The Virginia Declaration of Rights was written. C. The Constitution was written. D. The Emancipation Proclamation was written. Okay, so I know it's not D, because that was Lincoln, which is in the 1880s during the Civil War, and the Constitutional Convention happened in the 1770s before we were a country, where the different states, the people of the different states were convening to make the Constitution, which leads me to believe that it is C, the Constitution was written, but it could have also been A, the Declaration of Independence. It is possible that I am misremembering the Constitutional Convention as also doing the Declaration of Independence, so I'm going to say C, Constitution, because they are convening to make a constitution. So then where and when was the Declaration of Independence doing? I have no choice but to go C, Constitution. Okay. I'll look up later here. When and where was the Declaration of Independence written? Because I remember hearing and reading that a handful of people, I think Hamilton, wrote most of the Declaration, maybe even independently or with a handful of people, separately of the Constitutional Convention, but we'll see. I need to make a animated emote for this nail biting one. That's one of my characters, one of my creatures. The Constitution was written at the Constitutional Convention in 1787. 55 representatives went to Philadelphia. They came from 12 of the 13 original states. They talked about how to design the government. They wrote the Constitution. After the Constitutional Convention, the states agreed to adopt the Constitution. 12. What does the Constitution do? A. Protect basic rights of Americans. Technically, that's the Bill of Rights, which is a series of 10 amendments. So, no. B. Sets up the government. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. C. Defines the government. Oh, okay, no, that's what it does. D. All of these answers. The Constitution is... The Declaration starts, "We the people," right? And then the Constitution begins, whereas? Yeah, I think D is my go-to answer here. It does all of these. Okay, correct. The Constitution creates the federal government. It says how the federal government works. It creates a government where citizens choose senators and representatives to make laws for the country. The Constitution also protects the basic rights of all Americans. People at the Constitutional Convention wrote the Constitution in 1787. It is the oldest constitution in the world, still used today. Okay, so it was definitely after the Declaration of Independence, which would have been closer to 74? 75? Before winning independence. And then I guess in the next 10 years, we convened at a convention to make the Constitution. 13. When must all men register for the Selective Service? A. Men do not have to register. B. At any age. C. At 16. D. Between 18 and 26. When must they register? It's either 16 or 18. Between 18 and 26. I'm pretty sure though you can't register if you're old enough to be past your drafting prime. So I'm assuming this is here as the cap. If you're 27, you can no longer register. But 16 makes more sense to me. I'm gonna go with D. It seems more specific, but it has an age range, so I'm gonna go with D. Okay, that's correct. All men must register for the selective service between the ages of 18 and 26. When you register, you tell the government you can serve in the military if necessary. Selective service was used in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. The government calls this the draft. The United States does not have a draft now. You do not have to serve in the military unless you want to. Next question. 14. What is the highest court in the United States? Okay, do I really have to read all of the options? D, the Supreme Court. 15. What are two major political, not the two. There are more parties? What? Democrat and Republican. Next question. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? Dwight D. Eisenhower would have been in the Second World War. Civil War? I don't think he's that old. Maybe he was born during the Civil War era. Spanish-American War, that's even older. Wait, no, that's pretty similar. Pretty sure he's B. World War II. Correct. President Dwight D. Eisenhower was a general in World War II. He led the United States Army and its allies in Western Europe during World War II. When he came home from World War II, he was a famous war hero. He became president in 1983. Next question. 17. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? A. Prohibition. Yes, I prohibit you from being racially discriminatory. B. Women's suffrage. C. Civil rights, movement. D. Conservation. C. The civil rights movement. 18. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? A. The Dutch. B. The English. C. Africans. D. Canadians. C. Africans. 19. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. What the heck is this? D. The Slavs. B. The Celts. C. The Cherokee. A. The Zawi Chemi. Never heard of that. C. Cherokee. 20. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? Okay, this is the last question. I like how we started off scary because we got one wrong answer. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? A. Third President of the United States. That makes sense. He's on the $100 bill, right? B. Youngest member of the Constitutional Convention. C. U.S. diplomat. D. Inventor of the airplane. Was he the youngest member of the Constitutional Convention? I don't know. I feel like that might be true. I know he was a U.S. diplomat. Would that be considered something he's famous for? Or am I being too autistic by granularly breaking down the possible options for which this question is trying to ask me? I'm going to go with C, diplomat. Was he also the youngest? Okay, correct. Was Benjamin Franklin the youngest member of constitutional, what was it? Constitutional thingy? Congress. Okay, view results. You answered 95% of the questions correctly. If you would like to keep practicing, you can take another practice test. No, I would like to keep my US citizenship. Thank you very much. So, as you can see, without practicing, without studying, if I got these exact questions, I would be a fine U.S. citizen. I believe I learned most of these things in high school, in history class, in my junior year, which was AP history. And I think we barely ever touched these topics any other time. That's New York public education for you. Okay, so the only one I didn't get was the geography one, the Oregon border again. Okay, let's go have a look now at my burning questions. That's fun. Was Benjamin Franklin the youngest member of the... Oh, that's what I was thinking of. The Continental Congress. I think that's where we wrote. Let me ask that one first. What was the goal of the Continental Congress? The other one was the Constitutional Convention. That's where they did the Constitution. So the Continental Congress, that's where they convened for like basic stuff, including the Declaration of Independence, right? That's why I was confusing it, because they have Continental Congress and Constitutional Convention. They have two C's, and they all have similar official sounding words and names. So that's why my mind was a little jumbled up. The main goal of the Continental Congress, especially the First Continental Congress in 1774, that's the year I said, was to coordinate a unified colonialism response to the increasing British oppression, primarily triggered by the Intolerable Acts, and to assert the rights and grievances of the colonies. When and where was the Declaration of Independence written? And was it a collective effort by a handful of people, or was it primarily penned and ideated? Penned and I guess we'll say worded / let's say worded. Was it primarily penned and worded by a select few people? The Declaration of Independence was primarily written in Philadelphia between June 11th and June 28th, 1776. Okay, so this would have been, about a month before, or I guess less than a month before the 4th of July. Was primarily written in Philadelphia between June 11th and June 28th, 1776 by Thomas Jefferson. Okay, it was Jefferson and not Hamilton, who worked out of a rented house on Market Street, now called the Declaration House. The official adoption by the Continental Congress took place on July 4th, 1776 at the Pennsylvania State House, now known as Independence Hall. The drafting was officially the result of a committee of 5 appointed by the Continental Congress. Okay, so they were appointed, and there was a handful of people appointed by the Continental Congress: Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert B. Livingston. However, the actual writing and wording were overwhelmingly the work of Jefferson. Okay, so that's where I got that idea from. That was my anchor, that it was mostly one person who did the actual specific details. Adams and Franklin made suggestions and edits to Jefferson's draft before it was submitted to Congress, but the core language and primary composition are attributed to Jefferson. The other committee members contributed mainly through review and revision of Jefferson's text. After Jefferson's draft was completed, the Continental Congress was a whole debated and edited before its adoption, further shaping its final wording, but most key phrases and structure originated with Jefferson, then refined by Adams and Franklin, and later the full Congress. Okay, so that's what I was thinking of there. Okay, now let's do Benjamin Franklin. Was Benjamin Franklin the youngest member of the Constitutional Congress or other convening of founding fathers? Benjamin Franklin was the oldest member, not the youngest. Okay, so if I had picked the other one, then I would have gotten that one wrong. So he was just the boomer who was present. At the time of the Constitutional Convention in 1787, Franklin was 81 years old, making him the oldest delegate present. He was also among the oldest members, not the oldest, but among the oldest members during the Second Continental Congress, which produced the Declaration of Independence in 1776. He was 70 then. Okay. And then I guess the question, the test already answered for us that naturalized U.S. citizens can run for office, just not the presidency. Okay, now that we're here though, I think same thing for vice presidents, but let me just double check. Can people tapped to be the vice president as a running mate be naturalized citizens, or must they be real citizens? To be eligible to serve as VP, a person must meet the same constitutional requirements as those for the presidency. Okay, so they have to be a real citizen, not a fake citizen. Okay, so those are all of my answers. As you guys can see, I deserve to belong here. This is my country. And if I had studied, I would have totally, definitely gotten this answer correctly. That Maine, not Oregon, borders Canada. Okay. The earliest that they might work on the internet is in 2 minutes. So, I did have a couple of articles I got here at the last second before I started having tech issues with my CPU. Let's do this. Let me start with this article here. Since we are on the topic of these people. From The Guardian by Hannah Al Othman. Published Monday, the 28th of July, 2025. Man carrying home his gardening tools arrested by armed police in Manchester. The British are not having a good time, are they? Samuel Rowe. Why does this look like an AI picture? What the heck? What is going on? I can't even open the image. Cringe. Samuel Rowe, who was returning from allotment, seeking to overturn caution for possession of offensive weapon. A man who had returned home from his allotment with a truck of vegetables and gardening tools strapped to his belt was arrested by armed police. after a member of the public said they had seen, quote, a man wearing khaki clothing and in possession of a knife. That's not a knife. Samuel Rowe, 35, who works as a technical manager at a theater, had come back from his allotment in Manchester earlier this month and decided to trim his hedge with one of his tools, a Japanese garden sickle. Did they have a picture here of what it looks like? Nope. Thanks, The Guardian, for not highlighting what this tool looks like in an article about this tool. Thanks, The Guardian. Great journalism. You totally deserve for me to subscribe to you after you bombard me with 3 open tabs and menus. You totally deserve my money. A Japanese garden sickle when police turned up on his doorstep. Quote, I just heard shouting behind me and then 2 armed officers shouting at me to drop the knife. Quote, and then they turned me around, pushed me up against my house, cuffed me, and then they arrested me, put me in the back of the van. The tools he had on his belt, he said, were a Niwaki Hori gardening trowel and a It's a trowel? It's not even a shears or anything? Trowel and a canvas sheath and an ice bare Japanese gardener sickle. Okay, so he has 2 tools, a trowel and a sickle. I thought the British would have liked the sickle. All he needs is a hammer now. When he was arrested, Rowe said the officer pulled the trowel out of its sheath and said, "That's not a gardening tool." Why does this sound like a Comedy Central skit? That's not a gardening tool. I'm just imagining like a South Park episode where there's they're in the UK or something, and the UK police comes up. He has a pen and he takes that out of his pants. That's not a gardening tool. Quote, I said it is because it was in the Niwaki branded pouch that you get at garden centers, Rose said. He was taken to a police station and questioned. Quote, they started asking questions, like if I was autistic or anything like that, asking me whether I'd ever been in the army, whether I told people I was in the army. Oh my goodness. So the British police see this guy with tools on his belt in sheaths, and they think he's trying to play army because he has his tools sheathed in his belt and it looks probably green. I think. I can't tell because the Guardian didn't include pictures. They have here at least a picture of the sheaths. Let me see. Oh my goodness, open! Okay, so here's the sheath. Only, I guess they must have permanently confiscated his trowel because all he has is the sheath in this picture. The trowel is nowhere in sight. It has been confiscated as his deadly mass stabbing weapon. I'm assuming this is his other one, or it could be this one back here. So the trowel one looks like a beige color, like for a desert sand, whereas these other ones here that I'm assuming are also sheets, that one looks more like like the military green. So that's probably why they're asking him if he's been in the military or he thinks he's playing army because he has these cool tools. I mean not tools, weapons, dangerous weapons. They asked me whether I told people I was in the army. Quote, I was obviously in shock. I was struggling to think straight, struggling to talk properly, because I was pretty scared. I was answering the questions honestly, whatever they asked me, because I hadn't done anything wrong in my mind. You didn't! They're just being fucking retarded. Rose said police had questioned him on whether he was planning on doing something with the tools, and he said he was also asked to explain what an allotment was. Why are the British... I'm the one who should be asking what the heck an allotment is, not the British police. I'm assuming it's a small lot where you have gardening stuff, where you can put whatever you want there, and he decided to put a garden rather than like a shed. Let's go have a look. Search DuckDuckGo. Allotment. Allotment is a plot of land made available for individual, non-commercial gardening for growing food plants. Yeah. We should have these British officers take a citizenship test. What the heck? How do you not know your own country's types of property? British police? Quote, I had to explain in very basic terms what an allotment is to this guy, he said. So it didn't fill me with a lot of confidence that I was going to be let off. I kept explaining that they're gardening tools. None of the blades were on show. I said that I don't leave the tools at my allotment because it's not secure. People can break into the allotments and easily get into your shed in 5 minutes. They were just constantly not listening. Oh, I see what you're saying. You don't leave your tools, by which you mean your weapons, at your garden or your shed, because other people would steal your weapons and use them. See? So they are weapons, is what you're saying. Sherlock Holmes strikes again. This fool thinks he can outsmart the British detectives of high standing, of great individual names. If you read their names, you'd be confused. You would be confused to hear they're British. Maybe that's why they haven't named the officers yet. We'll see if they do. We shall see. Rose said he was interviewed without legal representation. I don't know how it works over there. Can you... do you have the right to remain silent and call for representation? He was interviewed without legal representation as officers had been... it's 6 a.m. If the stream dies, it's because the internet people are here and they killed my internet, so... I guess I'll put up a thingy, a little message here. Let's do... text. ISP killers will be its name. Say, if my internet dies, it's because the internet people killed my internet. Okay, let's do that. Let's give it a border. Black. Five. Let's do that. Plop it over here. It's kind of hard to see. Let's increase the border. Okay, that seems like it's readable. Okay. Where were we? Legal representation. He was interviewed without legal representation as officers had been unable to reach a solicitor, and after spending several hours in custody, he said he accepted a caution so he would be released. Is a caution like a warning? Quote, I was trying to be overly polite in the police station and trying to ingratiate myself. You mean submit? Ingratiate myself. You mean capitulate? Ingratiate myself with them in a way because I felt like my future was in their hands, basically. Yeah, your future was in their hands, just like that knife and those weapons were in your hands. It was up to them whether they decided I was committing a crime or not. A Great Manchester Police spokesperson said, quote, at around 2:20 p.m. on the 3rd of July, we acted on a call from a member of the public that a man was walking in public wearing khaki clothing and in possession of a knife. Nearby officers were flagged down by the caller, who directed them towards a male. He was subsequently stopped with a small sickle, a large dagger, which was in a sheath on the belt, and a pelting knife were seized. They're calling it a large dagger, which was in a sheath on the belt. Okay, like, the meme is over. This is no longer dystopian. This is actually retardation here. Maybe, is this why? I know why. I know why they chose to keep the sheath. So that he couldn't provide the press with photographs or the opportunity to take photographs. So that they can get away with calling it, quote, a large dagger. But then the obvious solution would be to go to the product page and either link the product page and or get the photographs from them. Maybe they didn't get the rights for those photographs? They didn't hear back in time? Like... my brain cannot compute. Like, why don't you just... This American will do what the British cannot. Let's go look up this brand again. Where'd it go? Niwaki Hori Hori Gardening Trowel. Oh my god, I am not a robot! It thinks Google thinks I'm a robot because I'm being too logical and... Okay. Okay. This does look like a knife. But what kind of a knife has measurements in here? So you can see how deeply you're cutting into a person? Okay, it does look like a knife. This is the knifiest looking trowel I've ever seen. Where's the curve? Oh no. Oh my goodness. Guys, look at this. Is this the one? This picture here does not look like this picture here. What the heck? This one looks a bit more like a trowel, and even then it still looks like a knife. I can slightly see the curve here, but not really. Oh no. That's why it's more effective. Blades are gardening tools. Yeah, but it's still a trowel. They probably saw the measurements on this, and that's why they think he's a murderer. This isn't a gardening tool. What an allotment. Okay, so this is why they didn't include pictures. Oh my goodness. Let me keep this image here. So we have a reference while I am reading the article. How's that look on stream? Now I'm gonna get banned by YouTube for showing weapons on stream and showing where to buy them on Amazon. Let me just make sure the word trowel is perfectly... Ah! Okay, hold on. The listing says Hori Hori Trowel Knife. Japanese weeding knife. Garden knife. Garden knife tool with sheath. Okay, the word knife appears here 1, 2, 3 times. I don't know how much more of this text this title has the word knife in it, but the word trowel so far has shown up once for every 3 times the word knife has shown up. So I can understand why this guy was. Oh no. A Flick Life 2 says, I've got a piece of beacon beside my name. Beacon? No, that's not bacon. Those are Takis. This is, that is for being a subscriber for a certain amount. I kind of forgot which thingies, which candy you get, because I only have a handful of subscribers who are longtime subscribers who only have the latest thing. Let me see if I can find where it has all of my images. Bit tiers? No, it's not bit tiers. I know one of the other ones is a gummy bear, and then I also have gummy worms, and then I also have a pizza in there. Viewer rewards. Rewards? Is it here? Emotes. I don't know where they. Oh, subscriptions? Subscriber badges. Patches! Okay, like here are all of the icons that you can get. So first month, 1 month subscribers get a Reese's, a bitten off Reese's. 2 month subscribers get Pelon Peloricos. 3 months get ramen soups. 6 months get the pizzas. 9 months get the Takis. So that's you, Flick. You are currently 9 months or more subscribed. Did it say how long you've been subscribed when you Flick? You're currently 10 months subscribed at Flick. So that's why you have the Takis. It's not a piece of bacon. It's this. You have 2 Takis. But it does look like bacon, actually, now that I look at it. I can see why you said bacon. The 1 year gets a lollipop. The 1.5 years gets these gummy hamburgers. The 2 year gets the gummy worms. The 3 years gets the gummy bears. The 3.5 years gets the Vero Elote. The 4 years gets the Vero Mango. The 4.5 years gets the Borgor. The 5 years, so far it's the longest one I have, is a Yummy Taco. I do need to fill these up with more. I need more candy. Guys, give me candy ideas so I can fill up this screen. Let me go ahead and screenshot this and post it on the Discord. Right this very now before I forget. Help me come up with more candy and snack ideas for more subscriber badges. Current ones in the image. So Flick, let me know what candies you like, Flick, so I can try to add them. And if they're like UK specific ones, send me an image or something. So yeah, if you want a specific, I think there probably should be a way to have specific candy for, like, you can pick from a handful of stuff that's not subscriber badges. Or wait, if you're a subscriber, can you pick? Oh fuck. Can you pick which image shows up? I would imagine the best way to do this is you unlock each of these images as you get more subscriber duration, but if you want, you could pick which one you like best, and if you hover over it, it'll tell you how long you've been subscribed for. So you can at least get your highest number available, but pick whichever one you think you like best. I feel like that should be an option. I'm gonna go ahead and send somebody on Twitch that email or something, see if they can put that idea. Okay, let me finish reading this article before the internet dies. A large dagger, which was in a sheath on the belt, and a peeling knife were seized. Quote, he was arrested on suspicion of possession of an offensive weapon and taken into custody. He admitted the offense and... That's a big mistake. He admitted the offense and was given a conditional caution which entailed advice and guidance around the legislation of knives and bladed weapons in a public place. Rowe is now seeking legal representation to try to challenge his arrest and his caution. He is worried it will affect his future employment, as part of his job involves working with vulnerable adults. Rowe, quote, I basically got a caution that's going to show up on a DBS, disclosure and barring service check, that I don't think I deserve, he said. I shouldn't have been arrested by armed officers. I want my caution removed, and then I'd like my gardening tools back. See, they did confiscate it. That's why they're not in the pictures, as I surmised. And if I got that, I might even like an apology off them, but I know the chances of that are next to none. The current state of Britain right now, folks. Wow. Wow. To be fair, you probably, if you are in the UK right now and in its current era, you should probably not purchase things that look like this. Even if they are tools for gardening, I guess especially if they are tools that will be used outdoors, such as gardening, maybe you can get away with it if you work indoors, like in a workshop. But if you are in a workshop and you occasionally have to go outdoors, for if you're using materials that require fresh air, such as chemicals that let off fumes or flammable materials, for which you may want to work on it outside of your workshop, maybe don't have tools that look like this, even if its purpose is not offensive. Okay, while I am still live, let's do the next article. I guess I'll have to keep an eye here on my Ethernet connection on my, what's this called, taskbar, whatever, the toolbar. I'll keep an eye on that as whether or not I have internet. Okay, speaking of knives and danger, this next article from The Independent by Kelly Risman in New York, published, oops, I bonked the mic, sorry. Published Monday the 28th of July 2025. Suspect who killed his cheating wife, quote, knew he was going to jail, end quote, so he went out and murdered another man, cops say. Was it you, Paul Adams, who said, who showed me that tweet where the guy was asking AI? He said he was gonna off himself. He was gonna Minecraft himself, so he's gonna, because he got cheated on. And then the AI said, wouldn't it make more sense to Minecraft the wife instead? Is that you who sent me that? I was thinking of that when I saw this headline. A Virginia man is accused of Minecrafting his wife over her alleged infidelity, and then Minecrafting another man because he, quote, knew he was going to jail, according to police. Authorities arrived at the home in Ridgeway, Virginia, after receiving a report just before 1 p.m. Tuesday that a man had been shot in the road. Oh, okay. He's just out in the open then. Like, okay, might as well Might as well double dip, triple dip while I'm here. Might as well make use of this season pass before it expires. Shot in the road. The man, later identified as 68-year-old William Leroy. Is that pronounced Leroy or Leroy? I assume Leroy is two E's, like Lee. William Leroy Maury suffered multiple gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead at the scene, according to the Henry County Sheriff's Office. Maury was reportedly checking on 22-year-old Mandy Coleman, who lived at the time at the home with her two small children. Police found Coleman dead from a gunshot wound. Her husband, 30-year-old Joshua Corbett Coleman, quickly emerged as a suspect. It's the Peter Griffin meme. Which one? I'm not sure which meme. Is that what you're talking about? Is that the meme, the thing that I was just mentioning? Police arrested him around 2:40 p.m. during a traffic stop and found the children inside the vehicle. They were, quote, safe and unharmed, the sheriff's office said. Coleman was armed with a handgun and an AR-15 rifle, according to police. Coleman admitted to the killings following his arrest, according to the criminal complaint obtained by WDBJ 7. He told police he accused her of cheating on him during a tense argument before heading to his room, grabbing his gun, and shooting her in the head, the complaint states. Jesus. Coleman then took his two children with him in a car. Wait, did he put his kids in a car to go drive so he can go kill the other guy? On the road? Probably within sight of his children? Is that what he did? After he decided to search for Maury to kill him too. After he couldn't man the 68-year-old man at his home, Goldman returned to the Ridgeway home to find Maury in the street and shot him to death, according to the filing. After he couldn't find the man? My brain must be broken. I don't know if I'm understanding this correctly. Also, yeah, I think AI said to kill someone else instead of themselves. Peter Griffin's suicide call center. Oh, okay. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Yeah, because you showed it to me a couple of days ago. If you hadn't shown me that, I wouldn't have thought of that when finding this story here. The relationship between Maury and Coleman and the Colemans is not immediately clear. An investigation is ongoing. Coleman is now being held in the Henry County Adult Detention Center without bond. He faces 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of use of a firearm in the commission of a felony, 1 count of shooting from an occupied vehicle, and 2 counts of child abuse. Oh, okay, so I guess he did do it then, within sight of the children. Yikes. Oof. Authorities are offering a reward of up to $2,500 in exchange for information related to the crime. Quote, this is a heartbreaking and tragic situation that has definitely affected 2 families and our entire community, Sheriff Wayne Davis said. Our hearts go out to the loved ones of the victims during this incredibly difficult time. Rippy dippy. Okay, and finally, the last article. And then I will call it a night. I guess call it a morning. From CSO by Shweta Sharma. Published July 11th, 2025. McDonald's AI hiring tool's password 123456 exposed data of 64 million applicants. A security oversight in McDonald's AI-powered hiring platform, McHire, was found exposing sensitive applicants' data belonging to as many as 64 million job seekers. Discovered in late June 2025 by security researchers Ian Carroll and Sam Curry, the issue was a default admin login. How many times is this going to happen? The issue was a default admin login and an insecure direct object reference in an internal API that allowed access to applicants' chat histories with Olivia, McHire's automated recruiter bot. Quote, the McDonald's breach confirms that even sophisticated AI systems can be compromised by elementary security oversights, said Aditi Gupta, Senior Manager for Professional Services Consulting at Black Duck. That sounds strangely like BlackRock. Thinky face. And you know what they say about BlackRock. As they say, quote, the rush to deploy new technology must not compromise. Wait. This has nothing to do with AI and new technologies. The technology and the issue at hand is the password, not the AI. However, depending on the sophistication of this AI, if the AI were smart, it would say, now that you've built me, let's change this, the password for access to this, so that rogue individuals cannot access all of this information. I assume that's something that an AI should probably be programmed to do when working with sensitive information. They should say, okay, even if you already have a secure password, let me give you this string of passwords, and let's make this the new password. I feel like that's something AI should do. The rush to deploy new technology must not compromise basic security principles. Organizations must prioritize fundamental security measures to ensure uncompromised trust in their software, especially for the increasingly regulated AI-powered world. Yeah, no, this has nothing to do with AI. This has to do with the people and the passwords. The flaws discovered during a security review following Reddit users' complaints that the bot's, quote, nonsensical answers were promptly resolved by McDonald's and Paradox AI, Olivia's creator, upon disclosure. Wait, no, they weren't discovered upon disclosure. They were you were told. Somebody had to tell you. That's not disclosing, that's finding out. You fucked around and you found out. That's what happened. I disagree with the wording of this. I wouldn't call that disclosure. Default logins and IDOR lead to massive leaks. According to a blog post by Carol, McHire's administrative interface for restaurant franchisees accepted the default username 123456 and password 123456. Santa Maria. Why do these people have jobs? Logging in with those credentials immediately granted access not just to a test environment, but to live administrative dashboards. Quote, although the app tries to force single sign-on from McDonald's, there is a smaller link for Paradox team members that caught our eye, Carol said. Without much thought, we entered 123456 as the password and were surprised to see we were immediately logged in. Even sometimes when I log onto my YouTube account, Google notices that I have a new session with no cookies saved, and sometimes they send me a code to my phone and or email to verify that it's me. These McDonald's tech people can't even detect that? Or brother Christ. Once inside, researchers additionally discovered an internal API endpoint using a predictable parameter to fetch applicant data. By simply decrementing the ID value, Carol and Curry retrieved the full applicant PPI, including chat transcripts, contact info, and job form data. This IDOR exploit exposed not just contact details, but also timestamps, shift preferences, personality test outcomes, and even tokens that could impersonate candidates on Macquarie. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna impersonate a candidate and then type the words "The Hamburglar lives" and send that to Olivia, the McDonald's chatbot. The Hamburglar lives, and he's milking Grimace for some Grimace milkshake. This incident is a prime example of what happens when organizations deploy technology without understanding of how it works or how it can be operated by untrusted users, Desired Effect CEO Evan Dornbush said. With AI systems handling millions of sensitive data points, organizations must invest in understanding and mitigating pre-emergent threats, or they'll find themselves playing catch-up with their customers' trust on the line. Rapid patching saved the day. Following disclosure on June 30th, 2025, Paradox AI and McDonald's acknowledged the vulnerability within the hour. By July 1st, the default credentials were disabled and the endpoint was secured. Paradox AI also pledged to conduct further security audits, Carol noted in the blog. Even though there's no indication the data has been used maliciously yet, the scale and sensitivity of the exposure could feel targeted phishing. Smishing? What the heck is smishing? Smishing/vishing? Okay, so if phishing is trying to get logins, what could smishing be? And vishing. I assume one of these uses the personal data, like names, addresses, mother's maiden name, that kind of thing. What could the other one be? Smishing/vishing? I assume they may have also uploaded a photo, maybe an ID. So let's go do that. Let's look at phishing, smishing, vishing. I've never heard of those other two. Where's my AI? I need the AI to do everything for me. What are phishing, smishing, vishing? Perplexity says phishing is conducted through fraudulent emails that often contain malicious links or attachments. Victims are tricked into revealing sensitive information by clicking on these links or downloading malware through email. Smishing uses SMS, text messages, or instant messages to lure victims into sharing personal info or clicking malicious links. Okay, I've definitely received something like this, I think. No, I know. I received like a UPS fake thing that I didn't click because I knew. I never gave them my number. It targets mobile users and typically exploits the relative lack of spam filtering on text message platforms, and phishing involves voice calls or voicemails, sometimes using caller ID spoofing. Okay. Attackers impersonate trusted entities over the phone to manipulate victims and provide confidential information. That's interesting because all of these, I think, especially phishing, will get much worse, especially for tech illiterate people like grandparents and parents now, who will probably have AI video sent to them with this accompanying voice messages and voice calls and stuff. There's an indication that it has been used maliciously, yet that the scale and sensitivity of the exposure could fuel targeted phishing, smishing, vishing, and even social engineering campaigns, said Randolph Barr, Chief Information Security Officer at Sequence Security. These guys don't even know how to spell. Combined with AI tooling, attackers could craft incredibly personalized and convincing threats. Like I just said. McDonald's did not immediately respond to queries sent by CSO. Paradox later posted its version of events to its website, saying that the security researchers were able to log into Paradox test account. It's a test account now, is it? Paradox test account related to a single Paradox client instance using a legacy password. Oh, so it's a test account with a legacy password. Legacy password, not default passwords. legacy password, not default username and password. Quote, we are confident that, based on our records, this test account was not accessed by any third party other than the security researchers, Paradox staff wrote, emphasizing, quote, at no point was candidate information leaked online or made publicly available. 5 candidates in total had information viewed because of this incident, and it was only viewed by the security researchers. This incident impacted one organization. No other Paradox clients were impacted. That you know of. I guess I hope that after the facts here, they want to go change all their other passwords into different passwords, unique passwords, not the same one that they now gave to the McDonald's one. But I think that's a high bar to set. That's wishful thinking. Cybersecurity lapses are becoming increasingly common in recruitment environments, likely due to a focus on speed, automation, and scale at the expense of security. Earlier this week, one applicant tracking platform, TalentHook, was found leaking almost 25 million PPI files through a misconfigured Azure Blob storage container. Emphasizing the need to bring hiring workflows into mainstream cybersecurity, Kobe Nissan, co-founder, now I want some soups because of the Nissan, co-founder and CEO at MineOS, said, any AI system that collects or processes personal data must be subject to the same privacy, security, and access controls as core business systems. That's interesting because in my mind, if I'm using AI in my business, then it is a business system, which therefore requires as high of care, security, and what's the word I was looking for? As high in care and standards as I would expect of my most sensitive data. It's like, what? That means authentication, auditability, and integration into broader risk workflows, not siloed deployments that fly under the radar. Unlucky. So, I wonder if they were using AI to work their way into constructing that system, and or if they use the McDonald's Olivia AI chatbot to build this. I think this is just all the more reason to keep thinking with your own brain rather than relying on AI to do the thinking for you. Because there are certain problems that you need to solve that the AI will just not think of. You have to think of it yourself because the AI is just having a conversation with you and it's just giving you a pattern of language that makes sense based off of its training data. I feel like we've done a major disservice by calling it AI because then people think it's actually AI, like it actually has intelligence, when I think probably some do, maybe? But the vast majority, as far as I am aware, I haven't done any of the latest research. I haven't kept up to date on the latest trends and updates. But maybe the more professional, expensive, highly paid ones are actually closer to AI, to real AI, what AI actually is and means, and what we've envisioned it from like TV shows in the 90s. I think probably very few AI that the public and normies have access to are capable of that, and I therefore assume that most AI that people are using are mainly just pattern recognition for language. So I really think we've made a big mistake I guess we've made two major mistakes, two major blunders. First, by calling it AI, which seems to be a bit of a misnomer, especially based off how people are using it, including police, including lawyers, including judges, including including Tulsi Gabbard, putting did they put the Epstein files through AI or something? I forgot. They did something or other. So there's that, and then on top of that, even more importantly, the other major blunder that we did. So we're just not. We don't care about education to the point where people are doing the things that they're doing. They don't seem to be, based off what I'm seeing, based off their actions, based off their words, based off what they say, based off the trends and patterns that I'm seeing from people. It appears that they lack internal intuition. It seems that they lack any desire for using deductive or inductive reasoning at all in any step of the process. It seemed like all problem solving has been outsourced to other people, to other programs, to chatbots. I think that is a major, major detriment. And especially in the places that I hang out in, I can see that people are lacking in, I guess, higher order thinking. And that goes with in many areas, with just logic, research, problem solving, spelling, typing, just making connections in your brain. Your brain just used to be able to do that. You used to be able to have information stored in there for recall when you anchor some information to something in your mind. And now we just don't do that. We don't have that. Which is even further amplified yet again because we are in the information era, and information is just, we have just too much information all the time. We're constantly bombarded by it. We go seeking out information. We never store it. We never use it. We need it in the moment, and then we forget it. And then even in the news, whatever news happened, whatever certain clown said last week, we don't remember it anymore. Whatever he said last month, we don't remember it. What he said 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we don't remember it, as if it never happened. And so you just lack the mental, logistical, rational tools to help you collect the berries of the modern time and problem solve in our current world. And we're just so fucked. It's all ogre. It's over, bros. Just like the stream is now over. Okay, let me kill this. Thankfully, they did not kill my internet yet. I haven't checked if they are outside. My in-ear earphones are blocking enough sound that if there are trucks outside or anything, or tools, I can't hear a damn thing. All I hear is a little kitty. So, we'll end it there. The reason I streamed just now is because they were going to kill my internets. And so this stream was more likely for Europeans. And I may stream again later today for more American-friendly times, since I know it is the weekday. And I'll see if I clean my pewter. Maybe I just even need like a new layer of thermal paste on my CPU or something, or I just gotta dust it because I wanted to play some Risk of Gay, but I couldn't. My CPU was overloaded, or maybe it's just time for a second pewter. I have a streaming pewter and a gaming pewter. Which honestly, that might be the way to go, especially if I'm gonna want to do some like Blender stuff. Just have chill streams and making stuff on Blender and learning it and practicing it, which I think could be cool. But if my computer is struggling to stream Risk of Rain, and having all these tabs open, then I will probably want a second computer. Maybe that's what we'll do later. If I do stream again, I'll start doing a PC parts picker for cost effective, size efficient computer that I could maybe build up. Which I guess I will then have to decide which CPU and which graphics card will go in which computer for what. Which one's going to be the streaming one, which one's going to be the gaming and the Blender one. So that could be cool. A fun chill stream to just do some computer research. So yeah, that is my European friendly hours birthday stream. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out and chilling. Thank you, Bunkies, Emoto, Flick, Forgot It, Paul Addins, for hanging out. Thank you, Emoto, and at a Flick Life for subscribing. And if I don't stream again later, then we will have fun again soon. Where is my musics? Put this on. Let's do this one. Okay. Good luck, have fun, don't die, don't be stupid, try not to suck your own dick. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye bye!